One of the main reasons why they want to fuck with me, of course, is the fact that I own all the mineral rights in almost every country. Yeah, just like Lucifer Star Mining Company. In most countries, um, the mineral rights and the fuel rights and everything. I forget what name it is, but I think it's in Lucifer Star Line. So I personally own. Well, I own all the particles, so I have the particle creator, the big fusion reactor that's the sun. And anyway, so and over the years I bought up all the mineral rights, and I think that's why it's in Lucifer Star Line. I think that's my name. I think that's the name. I don't know. Anyway, yep, yep. So um, that's why they say Lucifer owns everything. He owns all. Some other idiot was trying to pretend like he was Lucifer, but he's not Lucifer. Which is why I own all the mineral rights for Alaska. Well, Alaska is old. I had the mineral rights for that place, for that territory too. Basically from a long time ago. The only thing I kind of gave up were I owned the mine underneath Japan, basically. The one that killed all those people. Well, mining is always dangerous. There's always a collapse or something's going to happen. That's one of the reasons why I started just doing open pit mines. But some of the largest mining operations in the world, on this world, and a few others actually are mine. Mine. Lucifer Star Line. That's why all these annoying people are around me going, eee! And that's why they're trying to lock me up in prison or jail or something. Or kill me. That's why Abraham Lincoln was trying to say he adopted me. And he would be touring my factory or whatever. That's why Rick Bush and his Joe's Witnesses have been on top of me, bugging me, and not in a good way. And Rick Bush was like, well, he who controls the courts, all we got to do is get the courts in the town, and then once we control the courts, then we'll be able to do whatever we want. We want to even lock him up or have him committed. Like I said, Rodney and Rick Bush were going to have me committed when I was like small, but they had to commit me on grounds of basically a reasonable insanity, which they really couldn't do. Lobotomies, originally you could have anybody lobotomized, and then we changed it so it had to be a valid medical procedure that actually had real benefits. And they tried to show that lobotomies actually did have was a real medical procedure or had valid things, and I still didn't feel like the lobotomy was actually a valid medical procedure. I didn't feel like just going scrape, was actually valid. So anyway, like I said, because I'm Lucifer Star Line and Name of America and this and that, Rick Bush and Rodney were having a little bit of a problem with me. Anyway, and so did Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, though, but I was going to give up, or at least give some percentage of I gave up some percentage of basically the mine underneath Japan to China, basically, because of the fact that they were going to use that to basically build their civilization or whatever, their cities. And so I was selling it to them, and then I made a lot of money or something like that, or they did something for me and stuff like that. And then I kind of, I think I said they could pay me back or whatever, or something like that. We worked out a deal where I was giving a fair amount I was giving away really cheap, basically, but they had to do all the work basically to get it or something like that. I think I had mined a little bit before, and then basically I was saying with the rest you have to mine, or so I don't know. It was something like that. It was some sort of deal where I'm still like vastly rich and all that other stuff, but I mean I own the whole planet, so. Anyway, and a lot of people were trying to say that they weren't a country and this and that. And I said, well, they are a country. They're mine, or they're, China, whatever. And basically, the Chinese were, it's their country because they had the majority of the population in it. So somebody else was trying to micromanage underneath me or something like that. I don't know. They're always trying to do something stupid, basically. Raise the price of coal or to an outrageous rate or something like that, or do this or do that, so they can make money. Like I said, there are 5 or 6 smaller operations going, and then there is all my stuff. Over the years, I just climbed bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, anyway, that's why Rick Bush and I, the Jehovah's Witnesses, are on top of me like white on rice, going, Brian, we're not going to give you anything unless you play ball with us, unless you be good, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, namer of a country, creator of life forms. And for years they were going, oh, Lucifer's crazy. Oh, Lucifer's lying. Oh, Lucifer always lies. Lucifer Star Line. Brian Nathaniel Alexander Briley, me. I'm crazy, I always lie. Or saying I raped some girl or had sex with some girl or something like that, and it was like, bit small for rape. But they were trying to find out how old I was so they could come get me and kill me or something like that. So I wasn't telling them. And they thought I was joking when I said when I told them that I was over a couple thousand years old or a couple million years old. They laughed. They thought I was a joke. It's like, no. I'm actually a couple trillion years old, actually, in reality. So anyway, I'm as old or older than the LSF calling me shit. As older or older than the LSF-A Blackbirds. And that's why everyone was trying to say, oh, they must have been built in 1970. They must have been built in 1960. And it's like, it takes a bit longer than that to deplete uranium. So anyway, few people had a problem. They still have a problem. And another day down and another person tortured. It'll be 500 million by the time they're done, probably. The number of people being tortured or due to be tortured were like... I was like, that's a bit much. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I told them to try and keep it down to like 1,000 or less. But, they're going to do what they want to do. So, anyway, and everybody was like, well, it's got to be a human. He's got to be communicating with a human. It's got to be humans. And it's like, not usually. Or if we just stop technology, we just stop nanotechnology, we'll stop it. We can stop here. I don't know. I'm just stupid. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, they'll be spending a long, 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 long time trying. Besides, I'm just on vacation. I had like 100 million vacation money for me. Just me. So, and that's just for my vacation. And, like I said, after a couple 100 billion years or 99 trillion years, I decided to take a vacation. I don't know. It's been a long time. And my vacation originally started at some other time, but I kind of bounced along because things kept getting in the way. Like, stomp you! Abraham Lincoln, I'll be getting dressed in Gettysburg by the time they find you. So I'll have a perfect alibi. I'll be doing my public speaking. Or touring your factory. I think Gettysburg might be where I have the what's called Carnegie Hall or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why they call it Gettysburg. I don't know. I forget. And then he'd be changing the names of everything and blah blah. So yeah, just a few things, you know. So that's why they're harassing me and constantly harassing me and been harassing me my entire life. All to no avail. I tried to warn them when I was small and a child. And they were saying, no one listens to a child. He's just a child. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's crazy. Yeah, he's retarded. He has a disability. It's a sound waves. They affected his brain. We have a valid doctor. Who? Oh no, not Dr. Abraham Lincoln. No! Dr. JFK, Richard Nixon was bad enough in psychology and parapsychology and meteorological physics, which he had no degree at all. Never went to school. He hung around the frat all day. And he's like, well, since I'm a doctor, I'll be interpreting these for you. See these squiggles right here. See how there's 4 lines right here, and these 4 lines are blah blah blah. And these ones, you see these little squiggles right here. It was a lie detector test actually that they were using, or what's called an earthquake. No, I think it's a lie detector test because there's like squiggles once on. And he's like, and if the squiggle goes like this 3 times in a row, that indicates a what's it called? For the yellers. I think it's for the yellers or whatever. Or something like that.